Hi, in this video I'm going to show how to rebuild the carburetor from the Husqvarna 45 chainsaw. It's a standard procedure, and why I'm doing this, because I'm having quite uneven idle, so I can't really adjust the carburetor. Try the idle screw, I tried the low and high screws, but nothing really comes in. The problem why it happens, because either the gaskets inside in the diaphragm are too old, or the fuel was there for too long, or it was something with the fuel like ethanol or something. Right, so I got this pretty standard replacement kit. You can find those on eBay or on whatever website you can use. You can see that it's pretty standard. This is the carburetor. So I'm going to start with the pump. The pump is in here. Let's take out 2 screws. So you can see that it's a little bit kind of skewed in one way. Right. So I feel that it's something not quite good with this pump. So I'm going to put exactly the same, but before I have to see if I may need to replace those things. Yeah, they look fairly fine. Don't see any problems with those. So even though like I won't replace, I still will have this replacement part in here. Right, so I do the same, just the opposite. And also one of the indicators that you can check is whether you can rotate this metal ring. So if it's rotating, then there is a gap, so the lift with it won't allow this chainsaw to work properly. So I have to check. This one is pretty stiff, so there won't be any air coming. So I put it back where it was before. I have to align it. Now it's aligned. So that's this Zama carburetor, and pretty standard. You can find those on many chainsaws. So something that unfortunately happens, but it's good if you have the replacement kit, and then you can just adjust it and put in place, so it's nice and tight. I won't do anything else on this carburetor. Now the diaphragm, so we can check how it looks here. I imagine it will be quite stiff. Oops, still have some fuel in here. So this is the diaphragm. We have the gasket on top. Diaphragm, and look at this. Wow, it's really stiff. Like I can't do anything with it. So I tried to soak it in the brake fluid, but it didn't help. So it's really time to replace it. I mean, it's really thick. Like it's not thick, but it's very hard. So instead, this is how it should. So this is the one that I had before. It's very stiff. This is the new one, like very elastic. You can really feel that is the difference. have the fuel filter here that I'd like to replace. Let me see. So here has been some things around, so I'm going to put just a new one here. Looks fine. So I cleaned it before putting this new thing. Just be careful not to break it because it's really small and sensitive. Need some kind of tweezers maybe or something like this. Just make sure that it sits tight. There's no gap. Alright, perfect. So it's in place, it's cleaned. Yes. There. It's wonderful. So I have the new filter and the new gasket that I'm going to put here. So it's basically the same. The gasket goes on top. Just check that you have the valve covering the. There are two valves, so the diaphragm should cover each of the holes completely, so you don't get any surprises. Right, and then you adjust the carburetor on top of it. It's the cover. That's it. So this is how I rebuild the carburetor. It's pretty simple procedure. And then I have some things left, like this small filter. It's basically something that I can use for future, but for now I have to get rid of it. So you can't really do anything with those parts because they're too old. Alright, that was it.